one thing you can say is that you're a serious voice actor, and I always will have a question about this because I when I first of all people think when you say, hey, listen, you have a great voice, they think that's the key to just voice acting, and it's clearly not. But I will ask you this: I've read online, and I don't agree with the philosophy. Some people say that you have, just like in a film, and you're an actor, you need a director. But to me, voice is something that's personal. While someone can give you an interpretation of what they want you to do, it's still ultimately you and you bringing that character to life from your voice. So could you speak to that for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that is accurate in terms of it's more of an actor's medium in the sense of it's very intimate because it's really just you and the microphone
Hmm.
and you're in the booth. Uh, the directors that I've worked with on these projects, and a lot of them were good. They were very creative guys and women. What they would do is knowing what it was supposed to look and feel and sound like, they would give you direction on how to take that line or how to deliver that word. And as a voice actor, it's fantastic because you're not on stage, so it's not just a one shot deal. If you blow it, too bad. You're not in a film circumstance where the camera's on you, and if you blow it, it's another take, and that's another $1,000. And don't be an asshole. But you're in this little booth with this microphone in front of you and a script, and hopefully there's a picture of the character that you are portraying to give you some sort of visual.
Hmm.
And so you're doing 10, 15, 20 takes of each line or each word that you do. And the director might be kibitzing you a little, give you a nuance here, a nuance there. So it's a really kind of an interesting experience, and it's definitely you got to be on your game. If you're doing 3 or 4 voices in a single project, and you're doing 20 or 30 takes of each line, and you're supposed to be developing different nuances, it's demanding. It is not an easy gig. You know, The Simpsons, these guys, they get paid a lot of money to be in the sound booth, but they are bringing incredible amounts of talent and incredible amounts of experience to putting these characters out there. Don't think it's an easy gig. It's not an easy gig.
I watched the making of Rick and Morty, and the same guy, I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head now, but he does the voice of both Rick and Morty. I don't know if you ever saw the show, but they do some back and forth to each other. They're practically talking over each other sometimes, feeding each other jokes, and it's both him. He's doing both of them. And I thought, okay, he's going in, he's doing Rick, he's going in and doing Morty. He goes in and he's like, he has a full conversation with himself in 2 different voices on the microphone. And it's just astounding to watch.
Wow.
Which brings me to an anecdote, if you've got a minute, about voice work.
Yeah, please.
May I be indulged?
Yes.
So I did Toshinden 2. Now, Toshinden was this huge game in Japan. It was like as big as any movie in Japan. So when they wanted to bring it to the English-speaking audience, I think it was Sony. I don't remember what it was. It was a Japanese company. So these casting guys are like, "Can you do Japanese accent?" I was like, "Yeah, I can do it. I can do a Japanese accent." I said, "Why don't you guys just hire a Japanese actor?" And they're like, "Oh no, you can't understand the Japanese. They don't speak English very well." I said, "Okay." So I had to do the older and younger brother, right? The Toshinden had 2 brothers that are these swordsmen and stuff like that. So I actually had a similar thing to what you just described. I was having dialogue with myself. And yes, you're right. You do one voice, you do all the parts. Then you do the other voice, you do all the parts. And you keep the pictures in front of you so that you have a visual reference. It's super important. It's like a mask or wardrobe. You tune into it. So anyway, that's just an anecdote about that particular gig.
Have you played? You were also in Pandemonium 1 and 2, the
Right.
games. Have you played any of the games that you're in?
No, haven't played that. I think that was PlayStation. I was more of a Nintendo guy. So
Didn't you see Pee Wee Herman? So didn't you see Pee Wee Herman? You're not going to stay for the end. I've lived it, Dottie.
I
So,
just
no.
think it'd be so interesting to like most people when they play a video game, they have to imagine themselves as the character they're playing.
He is
You could
actually that guy.
Yeah, you
I
could actually
didn't
be
think
the
about
dude.
that. That's awesome.
No, I'm playing me. I mean, no, it's me.
You guys could be a video game.
Thank you. Thank you. You have to voice both of us, though. That's the only way we're doing it.
Well, I won't go there this minute, but it's possible to do that.
Okay.
I don't think he'd get in any trouble for doing my voice. But,
No, I think he would. My voice is the voice he can do. He already has his melodious voice. Me and him on the same wavelength.
I was just saying, is there a distinction between blackface and black voice?
No, the
Same
vocal
thing.
cords don't see color.
Okay,
That's right.
Okay, so
That's why they're inside of our body, Durden. Get it together.
I'm getting too old for this shit. So I could do
Lethal
Marvel.
Weapon. You could do Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon.
You could. Oh, by the way, I did an audition for a Star Wars thing, and they wanted me to do the James Earl Jones part, and so I was doing, I did the audition, and I said, why don't you guys just hire James Earl Jones? And they said, Mr. Jones charges $30,000 an hour or any part thereof to do voice work. And I went, oh, good, great.
You remember what Lisa Gorlitsky said about him? He was like, it's all a paycheck.
Lisa, it doesn't matter what I say. It is a paycheck.
Get the check. Yeah. So we have James Earl Jones.
Listen, I hope he lives a long, 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 long time, but the moment he goes,
I'm talking
to my son. I type my own shoes once.